A lot of you have been asking. Today, we're gonna have a look at a couple of viewer-submitted games of Starcraft 2. I'm ready to be inspired by the strategies that you guys have been playing over the last couple of weeks. Game number 1, we find ourselves on the map Gresven. It's a Platinum League match of Zerg versus Terran. We're in the top left-hand corner. We're looking inside of the main base of Yom. Yom the Giant? Oh no, it's Yorm the Giant. He's in the profaned capital of Dark Souls 3. One of the bosses. Mr. Yom, what in the world are we doing right now? Did we just... Okay, are we trying to double down on the Eric? Fair enough. His opponent in the opposite corner, playing right here with the blue Terran SCVs. Likewise, also in Platinum League, we have none other than Andy. Andy Proen. The O and the E right next to each other in Dutch would be pronounced as an U. Kind of like, you know, the German U. Andy Proen, would that be right? I don't know if that's right. Probably isn't. Oh! Okay, it's a it's a double extractor trick into an overlord, into 2 drones going across the map. I'm not entirely sure what the plan is. Maybe Mr. Giant over here has been watching some of those Bly games. Okay, one drone is gonna go into the main base, the other drone over here in the natural. What are we doing? Yo, you have nearly 600 minerals. Okay, there's one hatchery going down. I'm assuming, since he didn't start up a pool or anything, that this drone over here is also... No, what? Where did he... Oh, he made another hatchery at home. Okay. Where did he just spend his money is what I was gonna say. I'm assuming that this bad boy over here, did he just... What was that? Mr. Giant, that was horrible is what it was. Yeah, now you want to start up a hatchery, so hold up. The strategy right here is to hope that the Terran doesn't see... He actually gets it as well. The strategy right here is to hope that the Terran doesn't see that you ran past the barracks when it was first under construction, and then just on the off chance that he didn't see you, you decided to show that drone as well to the 2 refineries over here. Brilliant stuff. Anyways, we've got ourselves 3 hatcheries on the production tab. One in the Zerg's natural, one in the Terran's natural, one in the Terran's main base. Only just now is when a spawning pool has started up. I really think that this Reaper could go across the map, but the problem right here for Andy is that he doesn't know. And he doesn't see the natural expansion here, so he's decided, you know what? I am gonna make sure that I am not gonna lose to something silly in the main base. These sort of builds are actually kind of good if you have a Roach Warren on the back of this. Like, I have no idea what Yom is actually planning on doing here. Right now, his natural, well, the Terran's natural was spotted too. So maybe this hatchery was just a distraction for the natural hatchery? A distraction hatchery? For the natury? I mean, we need to come up with new words to describe this particular build. Additional barracks coming up right now for Andy. I think this is the right call. Yeah. Okay, so he cancels this in the end. We can salvage the bunker. Starport coming up as well. It is critical, though, that Andy does not get carried away here, because it's clear that there's no roaches or anything along those lines. There's a freaking spine crawler coming up. He's taking the gas. If this was a spine crawler rush, this is by far the worst executed spine crawler rush I've ever seen. The Zerglings over here also waiting for the queen to pop apparently, but the queen eventually does come out. Brenda here trying to deal the maximum amount of damage. Fair enough. Keep running, Jimmy. Jimmy, no! Okay, Jimmy did not keep running. This is such a bad build. Nothing's actually happening. Why did we make an extractor? Oh, we're making drones right now to go into the extractor as well. Brilliant stuff. Did he reposition that barracks? Hold up, was the barracks always in the wrong spot? Anyways, Zerglings over here are working on the siege tank. I'm actually gonna back off. Did he just move that barracks? I feel like that barracks... Yeah! What? Okay, we were at about the 4-minute mark. What did he do? So this is a proper wall off? That he lifts up the barracks to let the Zerglings in? Andy! Andy, no! Okay, anyways. We just got to witness Jimmy dying again, and then for some reason, a bunch of slow Zerglings managed to get into the main base here. Alright, back to regular speed we are. I have absolutely no idea. That was a properly positioned barracks here earlier. Now with the creep tumor done, though, you can't actually land on creep anymore. So if you take off with this barracks right now, the front door is wide open. You can't land it until you get rid of the creep. If it's already there before the creep starts spreading, it's fine. Okay, going after the queen. I don't mind it. Getting a couple of Zorklings, not a bad idea. There you go. Nicely done right here by Andy. Standing his ground there. I don't know if that was intentional. But, of course, since I'm casting this game, I'm gonna make the assumption the players here are perfect. Speaking of perfect, let's look at Yom's build. So, Yom went hatch, 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 pool, gas. First upgrade is burrow, that he's researching in the opponent's natural, after, of course, stealing one of his opponent's gases. Then eventually metabolic boost. There's 7 Marines out on the battlefield right now. He decided to bypass this, which I really don't mind. Okay, gets the kill on one of the spine crawlers. I actually think he can deal quite a bit of damage here. Queens are good. Spine crawler is about halfway done. He obviously doesn't know when Zergling speed is gonna finish. It really should be done at this point. Siege tank has decided, yo, this is my time to shine. I'm gonna go ahead and run around. Jimmy there, 2.0, reincarnated. Much like Brenda inside of the main base. Yeah, got poked at by spine crawler. Jimmy having an unfortunate life so far. Eventually, though, I do think Andy is going to be able to stabilize. At this point, Andy is behind economically. So, yeah, 33 drones versus 22 SCVs. But he does have a command center on the production tab. That one is in the main base. And he does have Stimpack and a whole lot of production here in general, too. I wouldn't mind seeing a couple of reactors just to power out even more Marines. But I actually think Andy has got a, pretty solid attack coming up, assuming he stays on top of his production and he actually manages to bring his money down. Yom at this point, by the way, this was the entire strategy he had planned. He's doing nothing. Yeah, he's making 3 drones. Another drone over here has tried to come all the way back. Maybe he wanted to make a 3rd here eventually. I'm not exactly sure. Spine crawler in the natural is gone though. The Terran natural, that is. And so is the hatchery. But he did steal a bunch of gas, you know? He did steal about 300 gas right there out of that extractor, so that is money that Andy is never gonna be able to get again. If this turns into an epic macro game where the entire map is split and that 300 gas is gonna make the difference, I will eat my words. But so far, I'm gonna come out and say that this strategy by Yom the Giant is not very efficient. Okay, well, this Marine drop, very efficient, I guess, considering we killed drones. That was very nice. But, yeah, as far as the pickup goes, there was a little bit more value we could have gained. Andy now coming across the map, though. Stimpack is finished up. Yeah, a couple seconds anyways. No. Go, Andy. Andy, come on. Andy, go. Put your siege tanks in range. Allow the medevac to get vision. Kill the overlord. Look, I don't want to backseat game you, Andy, but I think you can just go and win the game right now. Another hatchery coming up. I think that's about hatchery number 6 in this game. This man has made about as many hatcheries as he's made queens. Does he realize this isn't Starcraft Brood War? You can make larvae with other things. Anyways, the creep over here is still actually quite annoying though. He needs to scan a few times to get rid of all of those tumors. Instead, Andy decided to go for the low ground base. Zerglings do get the wraparound on the siege tanks. Are they going to be able to get both? I think they will. There you go, Yom. That was pretty solid. I mean, other than the fact that you've got 2,000 resources in the bank. Now, I know what you're thinking, Yom. Oh, my opponent has got 2,000. Doesn't matter, Yom. That doesn't matter, okay? That's usually the reaction I see a lot. I have done quite a bit of coaching over the years in StarCraft 2. I wouldn't be that much of a jerk to anybody that I've done coaching with. But one of the common answers is like, hey, you're flooding minerals. One of the common answers I get at that point is like, yeah, but my opponent is flooding resources too. It's like, yeah, no, that's not a good argument, okay? This isn't elementary school anymore. This is serious business. Video games are serious business, okay? Just because your opponent is also bad, it doesn't give you permission to be bad too. At least assuming your goal is to win the game. I don't know, maybe, maybe these guys, God forbid, but maybe these guys are playing StarCraft 2 for fun. I'm just kidding, nobody plays StarCraft 2 for fun. Who in their right mind would be playing this game for fun? You know how many fun things you can do in this world? There are so many fun things you can go ahead and spend your time with. StarCraft 2? Really? I don't know, man. Only maniacs do that. Anyhow, we've got ourselves a lair here. Baneling Nest coming up. Double evolution chamber as well for Yom. Triple evolution chamber for Yom. Sure. Yom's got 32 drones. And about 32 structures built in this game as well. Eventually, the hero extractor does get shut down. A little bit mean right here by Andy, but fair enough. Yeah, Yom is playing a very fancy game here. But I don't think fancy is a synonym for good. Andy's army here is looking pretty terrifying. Especially if it's controlled half decently. It can just straight up kill the Zerg here. Combat shields are gonna finish up here in about a minute as well. Okay, he's hitting a couple supply blocks, but he's a Terran player, so, you know, he hasn't been dropping his energy out of the orbital command anyways. It doesn't matter. Yeah, he can draw. Oh, there you go. He can drop high, you know, things out of the high heavens whenever he pleases. Spire coming up right now. No bailing speed, no upgrade yet either. Yom, what are we doing with the triple Evo, my man? Also, what are we doing with this entire Terran army? I feel like this fight should have started a minute ago. Anyways, eventually we are going in. Stimpack being used. Everybody use their combat drugs. It's time to go. All right. It makes them shoot automatic rifles faster. Oh. Okay, sometimes the best micro is no micro. Andy right there crossing his fingers and hoping that the opponent doesn't have centrifugal hooks. Luckily for him, bailing speed is nowhere to be seen. Look at that concave though. So, I looked at the replay timer for this game before I started the cast. And this game goes on for like another 10 minutes, I think. What in the world is gonna happen in the next 10 minutes? Because I can't figure it out. This game at this point is done. Assuming Andy attacks. Oh, he's gonna go. I'm a little concerned here that he's... No, okay, no, that's a spore crawler. That spore crawler's real scary, I agree, man. This is like walking down the freaking boulevard here, okay? There's spore crawlers on either side of the street. You gotta respect it. It's like a Zork obelisks erected here in the name of Yom the Giant. You love to see it. Okay. Yom was like, yo, you know what I really want to do? Sacrifice some of my Zerglings. Luckily, the barracks over here was positioned even more poorly here in the end. Probably to build a reactor. And the front door is still wide open. There's so many Terran units out though. Mutas are actually going to town right now on a bunch of siege tanks. Andy, can you please do this? Andy, take this army and attack over there. Well, maybe this is the reason why the game goes on for a whole lot longer. We've got 4 burrowed banelings. If this is a win for Yom, I'm gonna lose my mind. Yom is still on 2 bases right now. He's playing Mutaling Bane. Made 3 Evos, but can only afford upgrades for 2. I mean, he doesn't even have units that can really benefit from it. Ooh, there's no way Andy is gonna fight this without scanning first, right? I mean, he needs to scan in order for the siege tank to shoot at its maximum range. Please do not tell me you're gonna walk all of your Marines over those 4 banelings. Or you know what? Actually, correction. Please walk all of your Marines over those 4 banelings. It'd be bad, but, you know, it would be good viewer content. Nobody would be winning this game but the viewers. So, oh god, he's getting real close! He's getting... What, Yom? Yo, are you... Yom! No way, Yom! Oh, finally, jeez, Louise. You could have had the entire army there about 4 times, Yom. This is why I suggested Mutas are a unit that are off limits until like 6,000 MMR, okay? So like literally anyone below like the top 50 should just not consider the Mutas to be a unit in the game. Unless you want to have fun, right? Again, if you want to have fun, be my guest. But if your goal is to try and win, genuinely, Mutas are one of the hardest units to control because they require so much babysitting. And that's the reason why you missed that Baneling detonation just now. Like those Mutas have not gotten enough value to justify missing your Baneling detonation. You know what I mean? Anyways, this game is still going on for like another 10 minutes. What in the world is gonna happen in the next 10 minutes? Andy, you've been ahead the entire time. Well, maybe not the entire time. Not at the 0 second mark. I think the double Evo chamber was probably also not... okay, sure. Okay, yeah, that's... Oh god, that's the end of the Terran army. Now the Medevacs are gonna go down too. Yo. Come on, Yom, you can do it. Pave the way, put your back into it. Tell us how, tell us why. Look at where you've come from, and look at you now. Okay, get him. Get him, Yom. Get the siege tank. Siege tanks don't shoot up. They don't care about your mutas, but you should still get it, though. Okay, there's a few Marines over here. There's a couple of Vikings up in the air. Okay. Of course, in the meantime, Yo is stacking up money. I mean, he's not getting a whole lot of income, so he's got that going for himself. With very little income, you can't really miss macro that hard either. No repair over there on that, what's it called, missile turret there, so these SCVs are actually starting to fall. Oh my god, this could actually still be a Zerg win. It could still 100% be a Zerg win. He's now going for the Baneling speed upgrade, so that one is done. We've already seen that Terran doesn't seem that confident at microing against, well, Zorklings and Banelings, and that was off creep. And against slow Banes. Actually, on creep as well, right over here earlier, right? He definitely can lose his army again. This time around to speed Banes. Luckily, he's had a lot of energy saved up in those orbital commands. Eventually, though, the remnants there of the Proxy Hatchery, I guess the Distraction Hatchery, the Distractory into the Natchery strat. Eventually, it did end up getting cleaned up, and Andy is going to be able to fly his old main base down towards the minerals that were previously mined by the Zerg. You know what Yom has decided? You know what I need right now? Upgrades. This man takes good care of his queens, other than the ones that died, but they didn't matter anyways. Both Brenda and Karen here, they're gonna get their +1 missile. You love to see it. We're going into an infestation pit as well, because who needs army units anyways? What is the plan right here for Yom? I think Yom might very well be the kind of guy who doesn't, like, watch any competitive StarCraft 2 ever. This kind of reminds me of how people used to play in the very early days of StarCraft 2, where everybody's like, what does this unit do? I wonder what this unit does in combination with that one. And we're just trying out random things. Anyways, Banelings are finishing up. Oh, okay. Are we going Swarm Host? Swarm Host Nidus? Notice, by the way, Andy has lost his army to burrowed Banelings earlier. Maybe he didn't realize it because he's once again just marching around. Here come the Speed Banes. If he can micro... Yeah, okay. I mean, there's still quite a few Vikings up in the air, too. This is a strange battle. We don't normally see Vikings and one Marine, I guess, going up against Mutas, but this attack will once again be held. Oh, God. We're 17 minutes into this train wreck of a game. And honestly, I don't know who's winning anymore. I think that we're like a good 5 minutes where Andy could literally just attack move and win the game. Maybe not quite 5 minutes, but he had a pretty large window. There's something funky going on in his mineral line, by the way. I think the missile turret is messing up the AI a little bit. There's a whole lot of messed up things happening inside of this particular mineral line. Either way, though, both players have spent their money once again. +2... What did we get all this tech for, man? We literally did nothing with it, yo. Andy, by the way, prioritizing the armor upgrade. Because in his mind, he's thinking, yo, you know what killed my units? Banelings. If only I had the +2 infantry armor, that would have been an absolute game changer. When you can only ever choose between one of the two upgrades, always, always, always on Marines, go for the attack upgrade. This goes for everybody from Bronze League to Beyond. Because Beyond is the type of guy who will also regularly fire up the armor upgrade before the attack upgrade, which is not good. I don't recommend it. I don't think that's what you want to do. Anyways. Yeah, Andy a little bit concerned right now, but I still think that this game is super over. Like, I don't know what Yom has been up to over the last few minutes, but I'm not inspired looking at this base. He's got a lot of larvae wriggling around. He's busy spreading his creep all over the map, so that's kind of nice, I suppose, but he's not doing anything. Oh, he starts up a second Nidus network. Oh no, Yom, that's not how Nidus networks function. I mean, it can function like that too, but you already made some, my man. He's making more hatcheries all over the place. Okay, I think I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward a little bit. That is sometimes something that's necessary when casting these games, because especially on the lower end of the ladder. So this is Platinum League. These guys, you know, usually should play pretty solid in standard matches, but yeah, generally speaking, the lower you go, the more passivity there is. There is, by the way, a Swarmo switch coming up. He just rallied, by the way, to the first Nidus network he made after starting up another one. I mean, you still need to find the counter right here to these Marines and Marauders. 6 Banelings would be a very ambitious way to do it. Andy, by the way, being... yeah, not too aggressive with his scanning. He's only got a couple orbital commands, I suppose, so he doesn't really want to just use it to clear out all of the creep. Can we maybe get a Nidus going then, Yum? Isn't that what we're trying to do? Yum, this is really starting to hurt, man. Yum, can you please rip off the Band-Aid? 2 additional starports are coming up, by the way, here for Andy. Andy, what are we doing right now? Notice, by the way, that Andy is putting a lot of respect on this one Vespine Geyser. This one has been tainted. He can't possibly be mining from this one anymore, okay? It smells like Zerk. It's disgusting. Did he just stim to clear out creep tumors? Because I do love that. Oh, okay, I thought this was the obvious location for a Nidus Worm, but instead we're gonna be putting it over here, where it doesn't really achieve much. Fair enough. Then again, though, it's not like Yom knows what is going on the other side of the map, right? He doesn't realize that the natural's been taken and that the 4th base, the forward 4th, has been taken too. I think Burrowed Banes would actually have been kind of sick. Oh, yeah. Oh, Andy! Gamer moment. Andy had a gamer moment. All right. Andy is gonna take care of both of his opponent's 3rd bases. But in the end, it doesn't even Andy. Come on, Andy. Andy, go. Did the Swarmos ever pop out? No, they didn't. I love the dedication to the welcoming committee of spore crawlers. Burrowed Banes! Really, mate? Hey, there we go. Andy had to fight for this, man, but I still do not see a way in which he's gonna lose. I mean, look at him. He's just attack moving everything across the map. He's got a whole bunch of starports. We're making a Viking and a medevac out of one structure at the same time. A little cursed. It's not what we want to see. Here comes the spore crawler. Or sorry, the locust. That could have been locust wave number 4, I think. Instead, it was the very first one. There's not a lot of rules, quote-unquote rules, to using swarm host effectively, but you really do want to try and use them on cooldown whenever you can. It's super useful. Because, I mean, otherwise you're just wasting value, right? It's a cooldown, and yeah, eventually it is a little bit too much. It's Andy Proen who obtains the victory. All right, one more. We're gonna go 1 league further down on the ladder. This is a Gold League match of Terran versus Terran that apparently starts off very slow. So I may very well fast forward through the first part of the game. But apparently the ending is absolutely spectacular. So we're gonna find out together exactly what ended up going down. Playing right here with the blue Terran SCVs, we have Shadow Black. Trying to strike up a... a friendly conversation with his opponent. Playing here, right here with the red Terran SCVs. Not interested in any of that. We're looking inside of the main base of Moji. Or at the very least, he's not interested to have a conversation in Spanish. No hablas español? No, I don't think he does. No, I don't think he does, man. Moji wants to speak English. Okay, Moji. Fair enough. What does that mean, though? Apparently, this translates to, you're such a bad boy. Fair enough. Moji, dude. The baddest of boys imaginable. Alright. Yeah, so at higher level TVT, or in higher level TVT, there's quite a bit of action in the earlier stages of the game, right? So I'm on ×4 speed right now. We usually see some shenanigans with the Reapers and the Hellions and the Cyclones and the Ravens and the Liberators and the Marines and the Marauders and the Medevac, and there's a lot of micro possibility. The thing is, it's also incredibly hard to play properly. To play properly. There you go. Gotta roll all of my R's. As soon as I speed up a game, I also have a tendency to speed up my commentary, which is probably not a great idea. Or a great idea. Anyhow, yeah, we're gonna just cruise through this game at a bit of a higher speed, because these guys, they're sitting back. It's really easy to accidentally mess up, especially in the mirror matchups, and then for your opponent to come knocking on your front door. Fusion Core has been fired up just now by Shadow Black. He's going for the +1 flyer upgrade too for the battlecruisers. So I think that indeed is the plan. It could be Liberator ranged as well. Taking the double gas here though, right away in the natural. I think this is a pretty clear example of somebody who wants to be getting the battlecruisers going here very quickly. In the meantime, I would have assumed that I mean, if you just showed me the dot on the minimap, I would have assumed that this was gonna be a Widowmine drop, maybe a couple Marines. A Thor drop into a battlecruiser though, not really what I expected. Also not particularly effective here so far. He is, by the way, in the high impact mode, so that does give him +1 range right there, at least to air units, but not exactly sure if there's anything he can do. I mean, just because the units are on the high ground doesn't mean they suddenly become flying units. Shadow Black does have a battlecruiser out at this point, though. Okay, we have the 1 battlecruiser, 1 Thor game. Nah, never mind. We're gonna go into a second battlecruiser. Are we not gonna pop into the main base? I think actually going for some double-pronged harassment here with the battlecruiser in one base and then the Thor in another location, you can definitely get some work done. Moji here not really splitting up his army that much, but he did get a few Vikings going right now, so at the very least that's going to be helpful. The Thor, by the way, went from here all the way around, and now it's just about to arrive inside of the main base of our player in red. In the meantime, by the way, the battlecruiser, it's been jumped towards the other side of the map. The tactical jump ability does have a very long cooldown, so he's decided, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and chill here in the corner for a little bit, wait for that ability once again to be available. Moji now, though, is making himself up for an attack. Okay, this can get really awkward really fast. Last time I checked, Terran does not have a mass recall. So, here's the Thor drop inside of the main base. Here's the red Terran army on the other side of the map. Battlecruiser could definitely join in the fight as well right now because Moji has decided he's gonna go for a counter-attack. Oh no. How in the world is this gonna work out? Those SCVs are trying to get away, but they're gonna get killed right away. Battlecruiser still hanging out in the corner. We have a second BC out as well. Shadow Black, it would be nice if you could tap those buttons a little bit quicker. Okay, there we go. First BC shows up as well. This is the first time that Moji sees it. There's another Thor available right now at home as well. Again, we're at high impact mode. This one is gonna get not sniped because he does actually fire up the repair, although it may very well end up going down here momentarily. We still have that other BC though available inside of the main base. Apparently that one is not gonna be pulled to the fight. Siege tank over here trying to siege up to get rid of the Thor, but the battlecruiser did see it coming pretty quickly. Okay, here go the barracks. Absolute classic. Shadow Black, don't lose that BC, my man. We've got tactical jump. It's time to get out. It's time to get out. It's time to get out. Okay, it was time to get out. Ooh, what? Okay, I'll be honest with you. I assumed that one... Okay, yeah, no, he still dies. Nicely done, actually, by Moji. That was a killer move right there by our red Terran player. Trying to intercept that blue battlecruiser with the red Viking. Lovely work. SCVs in the meantime, trying to find a new home. We have the Viking over here. No, drop the Thor! Oh, we didn't actually hit the medevac there. He decided to retarget to the battlecruiser. Could have definitely killed the medevac and the Thor at the same time. I think maybe the Viking needs to be manually microed on top of the medevac, because it's a higher threat. Moji starts up a new command center over here. We have a starport in the corner. We have we have structures all over the map. Engineering bay coming up in the bottom left-hand corner because that's what Shadow Black needs right now, okay? The man wants to make +1 infantry armor or a battle, or maybe a planetary fortress, right? That could work. Barracks, though, will scout this and confirm that indeed that base is still out there. The hero battlecruiser still going to town. So we have one medevac and a Thor. Yeah, trying to deal damage over here. Moji, listen, buddy, pal. What you should really do is try to hunt down your opponent's stuff. These units are gonna be kind of flimsy. I think you should probably prevent any sort of mining. Shadow Black does have another base over here on the left side of the map. Okay, the hero Thor. I mean, this is a hell of a lot better to have at this point in the game than a Widowmine drop. It's a bit of a funky situation to be in, but anyways, SCVs are now well, technically able to mine the main base of the opponent. This planetary fortress, yeah, that's what he tried to do, is not going to happen. That one gets killed right away. We're still not mining over here, though. Moji is just sort of hanging out in the corner, trying to hunt down that battlecruiser. He saw it jumping in that direction. The factory over here sees the orbital command, and now both players are trying to mine this one base. This is not something we see very often. The green frame right there on top of an orbital command that's already landed. The hero Thor, by the way, is getting a little bit of a repair job. He needs a little bit more money, but eventually he should get it. Battlecruiser here, 13 confirmed kills. In a straight-up battle, Moji 100% wins, but Shadow Black is running circles around his opponent right now. He does have an SCV, or I guess a supply depot scout over here, of those SCVs in his old main base. Moji right now, yeah, re-securing all of this. There's the Thor drop, though, going in. Okay. Moji not splitting up his army, so he's moving everything around in one big ball, probably reverting back to just the good old army hotkey. That's actually a lot of SCVs that have just gone down, though. The Vikings are low hit points, so he can actually target those with the Thor if he's quick enough. Okay, the Vikings actually are just out. At this point, the battlecruiser here trying to be annoying as well. He's got 15 confirmed kills, decides to go back home. I really don't mind it. We're gonna land a couple more mules. Can we repair the battlecruiser? Yeah, we do indeed repair the BC. There is a chance for Shadow Black here, albeit a very slim one. Yeah, his opponent is still getting quite a bit of mining done of his old main and natural, dude. That feels kind of nasty, not gonna lie. Don't lose the Thor and the medevac, though. Oh, he gets both! Yeah, he gets both. Nicely done. Sprinkling a little bait around the map. We have 20 Marines. Okay. I mean, with good control, you can keep repairing this battlecruiser up. Although you do need a little bit of gas here at some point, too. He's got a lot of money in the bank, man. I wouldn't mind seeing him actually trying to just get some value again out of this starport. Even if it's just a handful of Banshees, that would be really nice. Anyhow, Moji only has a bunch of barracks here, and I think pumping out mass Marine is not a bad call. Okay. Battlecruiser trying to go around the site. It does not have tactical jump available right now. Okay, these SCVs are like, yo, we want to die too. Medevacs are like, yo, guys, I heard you're surfing death. Give me some of that. Oh my god. This battlecruiser now has so many kills. Oh, tactical jump is available. I think he can get to the corner, though. He's killing a lot of Marines here in the process, too. Shadow Black is now playing a MOBA. This guy thinks it's League of Legends, man. He's got one champion. He's farming creeps right now. This is the jungle out here, man. His old main base is the jungle. There's still a bunch of supply depots that Moji has so gracefully allowed. I think that's beautiful. Don't lose the BC, though. Oh, he can still jump it away. He can still jump it away. Please jump it away soon. I mean, maybe he can fight it. He can actually fight it. Hold up right now. Shadow Black here, in the meantime, making a Raven. He's going for another fusion core as well, so he still's got the starport, so he figured, you know what, I can make another one of these things. He will need more gas, though. He needs 300 gas in order to make a battlecruiser, and at this point, he doesn't have any of that. The Thor over here going to town. Please pick it up and get it out of there. Beautiful. He needs some gas here. He should really be repairing the battlecruiser back up. Honestly, if he can get a second battlecruiser out... So he's actually killing... He's killed the medevacs right there with a couple of units in it. He's been behind in supply for such a long time, but he's actually making work here out of this game. That's actually kind of nuts. If he could get another BC going, that would be insane. But he needs gas. He doesn't have gas right now anymore. Yeah, he doesn't have enough. He needs to start up both of these. Okay, he starts them up right now. It's all a little slower than we want it to be. I really think Moji should have taken care of these supply depots a while ago. Don't lose the Raven for free, please. Okay, popping an auto turret would be massive, because any Marine kill right now is huge. Okay, he started up a barracks too, so he can actually get a couple Marines going. Shadow Black may actually be winning this game. I mean, the Marine production is quite solid right now for Moji, but he does need a couple supply depots. Tactical jump is available. There's Stimpack as well coming in, but he is running them away from the safety of the medevac. Oh my god. I think Shadow Black has done it. This is one of the silliest games I've seen in a while. I mean, the first 5 minutes were slow until, you know, I fast-forwarded so much that I saw a Thor drop. Like, wait a second, I think I... Well, here is that Thor drop. 47 kills on the hero Thor, by the way. No, hero Thor! Oh, no, he's alive. Here comes the hero battlecruiser as well. 66 kills. This is a story of a battlecruiser and a Thor, man. This is a story I'm gonna have to tell my kids one day. About the hero battlecruiser and the hero Thor. An unlikely alliance. Absolutely beautiful. He does still have his old main base, by the way. There is a Viking coming across. A very ambitious Viking, if I may be honest. Fighting a Thor and a medevac, as well as a battlecruiser single-handedly. At this point, Moji has 10 supply. Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen, buddy. You're strong, but you're not that strong. Epic Micro coming out of the red player here. He needs to repair that medevac. Okay, the medevac is full HP again. Yep, he decides to jump back to the safety of the Thor. Now the Thor is... They're tag teaming this, man. It's like one of those long distance races where they have like the baton they pass to the next guy. The Thor is the next guy. Command center ends up going down. Let's go, Shadow Black. This is one of the most entertaining games of Starcraft I've seen in a bit, and I watch a lot of Starcraft. This is so funny to me, man. Well, that is very juicy. That was the equivalent of about 1,500 minerals going down. Moji hits the GG on the keyboard. And it's Shadow Black, who called his opponent a bad boy, who obtained the victory. Hey, you know what? I was just editing this video. This is Loco from the future here. I just realized I did not give nearly enough credit to the hero medevac. I mean, I guess this is natural, right? The support never really gets a whole lot of love, but the medevac definitely deserves all the credit it can get as well.